Hi all, I'm going to start the anti-slip. So I'm going to put this video together in little bits and bobs, and then you can see it when it's finished on the top deck. So my clean cutting mat, so I can get clean lines. My masking tape, I could have done with a bit of a bigger one, but it'll do. Tammy masking tape and a bendy tape, so that should work. Anyway, I'll show you when I've taped out.
Hi there fellas, I've finally masked it all up. Sorry I sound a bit funny, but I'm going to use this stuff to do the texture for the anti-slip. As you can see, it's got a good texture to it, and that's what I've used on the charger. But when you use it, the best place is to do it outside, when it's not too windy, in a very well ventilated area, and still wear a mask when you do it outside, because you've got to remember this is full of little particles, texture, so you don't really want that in your lungs. If I sound a bit weird, it's because, get this right, I'm wearing one of these. It's a must, especially when you're airbrushing. Even if it's acrylic paint, I would still wear one, because, you know, you don't want particles going in your lungs. I've used a combination of tape, Tamiya tape, normal painter's decorator's tape, and Maskell fluid. And there's a little trick you can do in Maskell. I've taken a picture of what to do. And it works really well. Don't use a paintbrush. Use one of these mini paintbrush things with the paintbrush head taken off, so it's a little spike, and it's very controllable. So that's how I did all this. So, I think I said I wiped it down with Tamiya alcohol, you know, the occupational, the normal thinner. So this stuff, X20. Don't use lacquer thinner, that would be very bad if you did that. It can make a complete mess. So wipe it out, get all the grease off, all nicely masked up. I was going to put this on, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Back again. This is it with 2 coats. I'm not going to go any more than that. The Abrams is pretty rough with its coat, but not that bad. So I think it's just thick enough. So it's just 2 coats, 2 quick passes. It's nothing more. You don't want to really go for it, because I think it'd be too much. And then when it's dry, I'll take the masking off and I'll show you what it looks like. That's how I did the Challenger. If you want to as well, when it's dry, run around the masking with a knife, just to stop anything getting stuck and rippling off. It shouldn't do, but just in case. Alright fellas.
Right, this is with it dried. Just quickly. See, it comes off okay. Don't leave it too long. Wait until it's like touch dry. Don't leave it on overnight, or else then you might end up having rips of and stuff coming up off the edges. Here's one of those YouTube things where they pull something away and you see what's happening. You know the ones that people sit and watch for hours. So yeah, look, I think that's quite acceptable. That's quite acceptable. It's quite rough, but not massively rough. And if you can knock it down a bit with some sandpaper if it seems a bit too much. But I think it's alright. Let me take the rest of this off and I'll stop messing about. One other little thing. You are going to miss little spots and go, oh, I should have masked that. If you can see here, I've got anti-slip on it and it shouldn't have it. So you can literally, as long as you don't let it dry, wait even when it's dry, you can just scrape it off. There we go. Well done. So if that happens, don't worry about it. Just be meticulous as you can, but if it happens, it happens. I'm sorry, everyone, I thought I'd just quickly show you, I edged all of these parts with very thin tape cut with a scalpel. I don't have to buy the tape, you just get normal tape and you cut it to like 1mm and edge everything, which makes it easy when you, and then you can just fill over the top with masking tape. If you try and put it over these bolts and details, it won't go straight. So you edge it straight first, and then it works fine. Like that. I thought I'd just quickly show you that as well. So this is a bit of a bitty video. One last bit of the bitty video, and then I'll show you the overall effect. But this is using that technique with the Maskell and the purple mini paintbrush thing, with the paintbrush taken off. You can get it down those little gaps, and it makes it really clean. With this stuff, it's a bit flaky on the edge, just once it really dries, and it will just come off like that. So there we go, Maskell. I love the stuff, it's really handy. There's something satisfying about doing that. So yeah, if you can see here, it's a little bit, so you just it's all gone. And it's nice and neat and clean. And you don't have to worry about trying to get bits of tape down, which will drive you nuts. But again, if you can see, I've edged everything with fine tape. Just to, so I'm doing this with one hand. Just to make sure that I've got it right. I think, did I? No, I didn't, there we go. And that had mask oil on that handle, but not in the middle, because it's got texture in there. It's a bit tricky. There's that off. There we go. And this was the mask oil as well, so just literally just rub it off. There we go. Sorry, it's on YouTube, it's COVID secure, it's fine. So if you see there's a little bit of overrun, you can just literally come straight off. There you go. It's done. Right, let me finish this and I'll show you the overall effect. And I think it's very useful. And I hope this answers everybody's question about how to do this, because that's how I do it, and it works well. You just got to make sure you mask it off properly. There's a certain web YouTube channel where the guy does this, and then he says it's, and then, you know, I have the special way of doing the anti-slip, and you think, oh great, great, before I found out about this. I found about this because it was in a MiG ammo book. I can't remember which one now, but yeah. And you can get a different one with 1/35 models, which is a bit finer. I use this one because it's a bit more pretty. It's more in scale, I think. Yeah, and the other guy just went, oh, and this is how I do it, but I'm not going to tell you how, because it's proprietary. And I'm like, oh. The whole point of YouTube, I think, is to share knowledge. Anyway, look, hopefully this helps someone. Right, last video of my useless Miranderings. Here we go. This is all taken off. And I think that's pretty much accurate. I think the grain is big enough. It's not too small. It looks like it's been applied at the factory. It's an even-ish coat. And I think with paint on, because the Challenger looks pretty good, but I didn't do it thick on the Challenger, but the Abrams is quite thick. If you look there with some of them, you can see the lip. So it's built up a bit, which I think is pretty much like on the Abrams. So I think that works, and this works for any modern tank. If you want it thicker, just put a bit more on. If it's too thick when you've done it, knock it back down with a bit of sandpaper. This takes a long time with masking, but the actual application is seconds. I did do a third coat actually on this, just to give it a little bit more depth. But that's it, and I think that's the top hole done now. I don't think there's much else got to do. These boxes should be wider, but the turret's in the way, so to be honest with you, out of sight, out of mind. I might do it, I might not. So yeah, there we go. And that's how you put it on. This will work on 1/35 as well. You just have to get a slightly finer grained one, which is the other Rust-Oleum one that isn't as textured as this, and I'll put it in the description below for you 1/35 guys. But it's like I say, it's in the ammo book, Facts book 3, I think that's where I got it from. But I just changed the can that they say of Rust-Oleum to a much more texturized one, and you can get that in B&Q or any DIY store. I don't know about in America because you've got a bit more strict laws, but I guess you can get stuff on eBay. So there we go. Anyway, look, have a nice week, and I've just got to do the turret now. Bye. Hopefully this is helpful. This is the little trick with a Humbrol mask hole and a micro paintbrush with the top of the micro paintbrush ripped off. It just creates a little teeny point in plastic, and the Humbrol mask hole then sits on the top, and you can flow it around all of the details that you need the mask hole to be put onto. Edge it first, if you want to, with thin tape, and it makes a nice seal then so nothing gets under it. And I hope, like I say, I hope somebody else finds this helpful. Have a nice time and a lovely week. Bye.